the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
Whew. Good morning, everybody. Well, welcome to a little bit of a wintry kind of day. Most definitely quite breezy out. We're getting some snow flurries coming in off the lake for the first time this particular fall, or beginning of the winter season, if you will. We today went back on the Ganaraska trail. Now, we haven't been on this trail since last spring. Would have been last spring, just before I went back to my Meaford home, so it was before April the 15th. That would be the last time we were on the Ganaraska trail. It's not a trail we usually do in the summer, just because we're at the summer home in Meaford. Anyhow, welcome. It's November the 10th. Chilly morning, but only chilly. I won't say really cold. It's -3 degrees Celsius right now, and around 25, 26 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's most definitely not as cold as it's going to get over the winter months, but it is a little chilly. Today's hike, well, once again, it's a hike we've done before. I'm sure you'll recall. Again, we did it in the spring, and that is the Ganaraska Trail to Tiny Marsh. We'll take a look at the loop around the Tiny Marsh. We'll take a little break there, then we'll head back. And you know what? I can't recall if that's, I think it's about 22 or 24 kilometers. I forget now. But anyhow, that is today's hike. Oh yeah, I can feel the chill in the air, especially with that wind blowing on my face. So, today, well, I've been looking at a few items. Again, of course, hiking items, hiking gear. Bit of a gearhead, as you know, but anyhow, we purchased from Amazon their least expensive, cheapest set of trekking poles. Yes, we did. And funnily enough, they were by the company called Underwood Aggregator. Remember the company that did the first tent we looked at, the Underwood Aggregator Trekker, which is a one-man trekking pole tent? Well, that same company does trekking poles. And we have got them right here. Underwood Aggregator trekking poles. Anti-shock, by the way. Oh yeah, first time I've actually had any anti-shock trekking poles. I just usually use the regular trekking poles. But anyhow, we purchased them, and I think it was $32. And we took the free delivery. And at the same time, we bought a new headlamp. Now, we didn't go with an high end. No siree. We bought one of their cheap headlamps too. I'll explain more about that probably on our next video, or on a coming up video, when we'll talk more about the Underwood trekking poles and the new headlamp I bought. Because there's reasons why I buy certain things. More about that, but today I really wanted to get out and try out these new trekking poles. I'm hoping to use these over the winter and save my black diamonds, which are my kind of go-to favorite trekking pole. So I'd like to save those for next year's through hike season. So it's like every piece of equipment over the course of this winter we'll probably do, I don't know, a couple of more 1,000 kilometers on trails, just in training and like everyday hiking. Yesterday it was a 26 kilometer hike. Today it's about 22. So we do a lot of hiking constantly, as you know. So yeah, I want to save my black diamonds for next year's through hike season. Hence buying the Underwood Aggregator trekking poles, cheap ones. And I'm hoping these last me through the winter, but we'll see, and we'll talk more about them as the winter progresses. And again, we do have a video coming up on these trekking poles and the cheap, least expensive $13.99 headlamp. Oh yeah. Now, also at the same time, or a day or two before, from Sojourns in Barrie, we did pick up a $50 headlamp. As you know, as you probably know, I generally use the Nightcore NU25, which I love, and I've had that since 2022. I bought that for the Appalachian. I've used it on every single trail ever since. It's got literally thousands of burn hours on it. But it's got to be getting tired. Gotta be. Although it functions great. And looking at new headlamps too. Okay. Oh, man. What an absolutely, you know what an absolutely beautiful day. There's one thing about Wasaga Beach. I love walking all around Wasaga Beach area, the Ganaraska Trail and the Georgian Trail, which runs right all the way through Wasaga Beach, which is the trail I did yesterday. Because I just love it. I don't know why so much. It's flat, it's essentially easy going, but I don't know what it is about certain things that I just like. Anyhow, enough babbling. Let's just lay down some miles, shall we? Okay, so I hope I got all the snow off the lens. We got into the forest, a little more protected in here, which is better. Along the sand dune area by the lake, the wind was quite strong and cold. But in here, the snow's backed off. You can see it has been snowing. We can get, according to the weatherman, anywhere from, well, you know, a couple of inches to 1.5 feet. It just depends. These are all squalls coming in off the lake now, which is normal this time of year. The water's still theoretically warm, and the air is getting colder and colder, and it just picks up a ton of moisture, dumps it on the ground in the form of snow. Yeah, so yeah, the Ganaraska Trail. Well, you remember a few years ago, Andre and I, we through hiked this trail. When did we do that? Was that 2021? 2020? I think that was 2020. Or yeah, 2020. I think we did the Ganaraska Trail. I'd like to do the whole trail again eventually. But speaking of trails, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a minute here and put you guys in my sternum strap. Oh, I just dropped a trekking pole, and I hope I've got you set properly in there and you can see what's going on. Because speaking of trails, there's one I want to mention. Now, as I mentioned the other day, I got my big winter mitts on because the air's cold. As I mentioned the other day, all through the winter, essentially, I'm thinking and planning and looking at trails possibilities. for the upcoming 2026 through hiking season. And as the winter progresses and the spring approaches, I start to kind of, narrow those trails down a little bit, depending on many factors. And then at some point, I come up with, okay, so this is what I'm going to do next. And sometimes I have a plan for the whole through hiking season, which may be 2 or 3 trails, and sometimes I have a plan just for the next particular trail. But anyhow, trails I'm looking at, or a trail I am looking at, a possible trail, well, there's a couple, but possibly for next year. Well, one is, as you know, this year we did the UK's coast to coast, as well as the West Island Way and the Great Glenway, and that was all wonderful. The weather we had on the coast to coast was just essentially rain every day, almost heavy rain every day, and gale force winds. And I still enjoyed that trail immensely. And I think to myself, if a person got lucky enough to get a little bit better weather, could be a much more interesting trail too. So there is that is one. I'd kind of like to do the coast to coast again for a second time. I do that a lot on my trails, you may have noticed. I do them more than once. Secondly, a new trail for us that I'm looking at is also in the UK. And it's called Ophir's Dyke. Now, I've heard the word Ophir pronounced Ophir or Offa. So it could be Ophir's Dyke or Offa's Dyke, named after King Ophir or Offa, depending on how you pronounce that. Oh, we have a right turn here on the Ganaraska Trail. Anyhow, it's around 180 miles, so it's kind of a mid-range trail, I guess you'd say. So it's 180 miles right along the Welsh and English border, essentially going from the top to the bottom, or the bottom of the to the top of Wales. And it looks to be really quite interesting. I've watched a few, so far just a couple of videos on the Ophir's Dyke Trail YouTube series, and just read a little bit about the actual trail, what to expect, and when's a good time to do it, when's not a good time to do it, and so on and so on and so on. I'd probably be going to the UK probably in May of 2026, and if that's the case, I know certain sections of the Ophir's Dyke apparently can be really quite muddy in the lower areas, and you have a mixture of lower areas, higher areas. There is a certain challenge to the trail for sure, from reading about it. Reasonable amount of elevation gains throughout the trail, and essentially a mixed bag of cookies. So it sounds really interesting. So Ophir or Ophir's Dyke, 180 miles-ish along the English and Welsh border. I haven't studied the logistics sufficiently to be able to comment on all the resupplies and water sources, and what the orientation is. Is it better to go north or south, south to east? Who knows? But I'm guessing it'll be no-go for me if I were to do that trail. But I could be wrong, could be sober. Don't know. Depends on the logistics. So that is a trail I'm thinking of. So there's two possibilities. One being the coast to coast for a second attempt. Another one being Ophir's Dyke for a first attempt. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed, because they're trails, if you're kind of interested in what we do on our channel, there's trails that you can kind of review ahead of time. And then, who knows, maybe for your own benefit, your own knowledge of your own kind of through hikes on those trails, or Just the fact that, well, if Jasper does those trails, I know a little bit about them. Whatever. Okay. So, in this section of today's hike, as you can see, we're clearly in the forest. The terrain is slippy with this snow, shallow snow, let's call it, on all the fall leaves. And there's a lot of ruts because there's powered vehicles, ATVs, and dirt bikes use this. And so you've got a lot of ruts. So it makes it quite slippery, challenging, ups and downs. But anyhow, so that's kind of where we are. When we come out of the forest, we're going to then continue on a backcountry gravel kind of road, which you may or may not remember. If you're new to the channel, this might be the first time you've seen us on the Ganaraska Trail. Who knows? And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Oh yeah, we just love it. I just love it when people join me on the trail, join me on my hikes, experience what I'm experiencing with me, because I mean, where we are right now, to me, you take you out of that sternum strap again, but where we are right now, to me, is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous woodland, forest, kind of middle of fall now here in Ontario. You've got the early kind of, well, even though it's middle of fall, I'll call it the early winter kind of snow. Although this year is supposed to be more of an open winter, milder maybe, wetter, which is normal if it's milder. But who knows? Who knows what it's going to be, except I did check the weather this morning, which I usually do every day I'm going to hike, and the weatherman said a warming trend over the next few days. So tonight, is a snow event, and then it's supposed to warm up again. And it's up to 10 or 11 degrees by the weekend. So then we're up into the mid 50 degree Fahrenheit by the weekend. Whereas today we're in the kind of mid 20 degree Fahrenheit. So yeah, a little bit of a roller coaster, but again, quite normal in November, again here in Ontario. Okay, let's just carry on, because isn't this beautiful? Don't you think this is just a beautiful, beautiful trail? So, as I work through the trail behind me, there's a significant amount of fall downs, blow downs, and so on. And I know the Ganaraska Trail Association or organization, I know they need volunteers desperately to help keep the trails open and maintained. I really can't do that. Now, if I was in Wasaga Beach, if I lived in Wasaga Beach year round, I would be a member and I would be a volunteer on this trail to help maintain this particular section of trail, I guess. Oh, wow. Isn't that pretty? Still some fall colors in the trees, and now with the white cotton ball dashes. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyhow, as I was saying, so what I do is, as I come through here, and pretty soon it's so poorly traveled is this trail, unfortunately, that without snowshoes and stuff, in a while you won't get through here. So I go around, kind of make my own trail, but when I can, like now for instance, I do try to clear as much debris as I can as I pass. You can't clear it all in one go, there's so much of it, but I clear debris. At any time I come through here, I clear debris. I've always done that. Just moving smaller trunks and branches and so on off the trail. just to try to help out a little bit. It does looks like if you can see ahead, left-hand side of the trail, there's a nice white blaze. It looks like this year there was some fresh blaze painting going on. That, of course, is good. But without regular kind of passage of the trail, then it's hard to keep it maintained. And there's so many trails running through here, and pretty much all ATV and dirt bike kind of trails. Okay. Just a little bit of what's going on right now. Oh, half a kilometer up the trail, we're going to come out onto the back country roads that's going to eventually take us to the tiny marsh. But I would like to just take a quick opportunity, if I may, and just mention, remind all you guys about our Buy Me a Coffee program. So our Buy Me a Coffee program is just a way of trying to help fund our channel, because with the gear we buy, and again the equipment and editing software and so on and so on and so on, it's expensive. So the Buy Me a Coffee program is a way that if you get value out of our videos, it's a way that you can help support us in a financial manner. And the easiest way to do that is, I've looked at different ways, but the easiest way to do it is simply e-transfer your support to trailnamejasper@gmail.com. It's the easiest way just to support the channel, again, in a financial kind of manner, and it is so appreciated, and every little bit helps, goes a long way in helping us bring quality, what I hope is quality videos to you. So again, just e-transfer your support to trailnamejasper@gmail. Oh, we got some debris here. trailnamejasper@gmail.com. And again, your support so very much appreciated. And thank you to all the people that have supported us in a financial way. Again, I can't say enough. It just helps me so much. Anyhow, let's just keep on logging miles. The sun is trying to poke through the layer of clouds, but the clouds are squalls, and they will bring snow. But just look how beautiful it looks out here. I suspected from way back down the road down there where I came out of the forest, it was totally exposed. Here, we're alongside a cornfield. It's tall, if not taller than me, and it is providing a little bit of shade, a little bit of protection there, sorry, from the wind. And then further down here, we have trees on the left. But again, just look how beautiful that scene looks. Just the light snow in the field, the thick cloud, kind of the obscurity that the snow is creating in the air, kind of diffusing the farm buildings and so on, and the trees. Just beautiful. Oh my goodness. Certainly is beautiful. Okay, so now we have entered into the tiny marsh loop, if you will. It's around, I don't know if it's 2 kilometers or whatever it is. It's a loop. The Ganaraska trail heads that way, and there's a pavilion over there. That's where we're going to take our kind of lunch break. But again, I'd like to do the loop first, and And ironically, I forgot to bring some bread with me, or better, birdseed. But we may get the opportunity, I don't know for sure, sometimes we do, we may get the opportunity to feed the black-capped chickadees. And sometimes they'll just sit right in your hand and eat the bread or the seed, which I neglected to bring either. But I have, as I mentioned earlier, like those oatmeal kind of peanut butter balls. They crumble up quite dry. And I'm thinking to myself, I might be able to crumble one of those up into the palm of my hand and attract the black-capped chickadees with that. And if we could get that on film, like a little footage of them kind of sat on my hand eating their oatmeal and peanut butter, that would be kind of good, kind of nice. And I noticed there was a black-capped chickadee behind me. He followed me for a little way, hoping, I guess, for a treat. But what there is up here, further up the trail, there was a feeding station. Basically, back in the day, it's all derelict now. But people still, I think, I do, when I remember, put bags of seed in there. And I guess, hopefully, the birds, whatever species they may be, but the birds kind of recall that as kind of a food station. And it's funny, this morning I knew, earlier this morning before I went to the gym, because I went to the gym early this morning, like 6, and I thought, I gotta remember to take some bread with me, because I don't have any seed right now. But again, as I say, I neglected to bring the bread. I just forgot about it. There's an observation tower right there. We've been up there many times. It looks like someone else could have been through here this morning. Right ahead of us on trail is it's rather a pheasant or a grouse. A male, I believe, but I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see it, because in the GoPro, it's a little bit of a challenge. But I'm slowly approaching. It knows I'm here now and is moving away. Well, moving down the trail. I don't know if you can see that. And looks like he's going behind. You see him there? Look. There he is. Look, can you see him? Oh, he's gone now. Yeah, he doesn't want us to get too close to him. I hope you saw him, because we didn't see the black-capped chickadees, or at least not yet. My yogurt concoction has turned into frozen yogurt concoction. It's got bananas, bran, blueberries, and plain Greek yogurt. Yeah. Woo! Cold. Really is. That wind is cold. Somewhat sheltered a little bit in this pavilion, but they've got like plastic windows, but most of them are gone. There's one here, that's why I sat next to it. Oh well. Yeah. I do use, as I've mentioned, hand warmers. These little guys. These ones are a no-name kind of a Dollar General kind of one. But I'm going to open this package. And we're actually going to use some of these, especially going back. You know, minis. The no-name ones take a longer period of time to get warmed up, I've noticed. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. With lunch over, and it is, let's go try one more time to find us a black-capped chickadee. Lots of information as far as tracking migration and wintering of the black tern. Okay, bird sightings. There is a chickadee. I just saw a chickadee. Okay, so you know what? I am going to take out, because I've got in my pocket. Okay, guy, come on over here. I put in my pocket one of those oatmeal and peanut butter balls. This is it right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I saw the little guy. Now, I don't think all of them. Oh, here he is again, look. He's right above me. He's right above me. So I am going to try to position you in a spot where I'm going to put some of this in my hand. Oh, here he comes. He wants to come. Okay, let's try this. Look, I'm going to put this in my hand and hope. Oh, he's on my hand. I hope you can see him. He is a oh, there's two. There's two of them. There's another one. There's another one, look. Okay, can you see him? Oh, he's gone. He took someone's gone. I hope I'm getting this in the GoPro. I'm not looking at the GoPro. It's in my sternum strap. Oh, here's one back. Another one above me, and he's back on my hand. Oh, and he took a piece. And this guy's back again. Oh, and he's back on my hand. And he took a piece. I just love this interaction. Oh, you see that? Can you see that? Can you see these guys? Oh, I hope you can. I hope I'm filming this. I truly do. Come on, you can come. There's one up there in the rafters. Come on down. Come and get some. Well, hopefully you guys got that. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. He just left. He got a piece and left. So my hands are freezing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up for them right here on this. Oh, it's frozen solid. And my hands are cold. But, oh, here's some there. Here, guys, my hands are freezing now. And I'm leaving you some right up here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got my hands back in my gloves with my hand warmers back on. Well, I hope we got that on video. Look, now they're at the, one of them's at the, where we broke it up. He stood there now and enjoying his lunch. So before we come out of this forest, the woods, I decided to take a little break, and I sat on one of those tires right there. Can you guess which tire it was I sat on? Yeah. Okay. As we come out of the forest, we have houses to the left. What a beautiful place. Look at the back of that house. What an absolutely beautiful place to have a home right there. And that's actually a very, very nice home. Just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Nice big backyard with a archway and their own little trail to the Ganaraska. How wonderful. How sweet is that? Anyhow, just down the trail here, another few hundred yards, we will come back out to what they call, I think it's Archer Road. Could be Archer Street, Archer Lane, but I'm going to call it Archer Road. And that is actually where the tiny section of the Ganaraska Trail ends and the Wasaga Beach section begins. Of course, depends on your point of view and which way you're traveling. The tiny beach, the tiny section, I don't know if it's called tiny, if it refers to its size. I don't think so. We are in, I guess, tiny county. I guess that's where we are. And I think that just is a name. I don't think it refers to the size. But you know what? I really don't know. Yeah. So now we're coming out more homes. And just over this little bump ahead of us, we shall be back on Asheville at that point for a little bit anyhow. And then we'll be back into the sand dunes, of course. Okay. Beautiful place around here to have a home. Just look at these absolute colors, absolute beautiful colors. Look at the red there at the bottom and the golden at the top. Green to the right. And of course the home. Are you kidding me or what? Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it is. I do love walking around a lot of these streets, all through this area. Oh, so does someone else, apparently. Yeah. Anyhow. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's just keep doing what we do. Let's keep moving. No. The snow is coming down a wee bit harder right now. Only a wee bit, if you can see it in the GoPro. It's not quite as windy as it was, that's for sure. In fact, the winds have dropped right down. That's kind of nice as we walk along the dunes. Yeah, the lake's just the other side. It's right there, I can hear it. And again, just beautiful homes on the left. What an absolutely, oh, there's lights on in there. Somebody's home, enjoying their home. Why not indeed? Beautiful views. The lake, the sand dunes. Oh yeah. Well, what a wonderful day. I still got about, several kilometers to go yet. About 3.5, maybe 4. No, not 3.5. About 3 kilometers left to finish this day hike. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. 3:30. So I'll be home by 4:30. And this puppy will be put to bed. I hope you've enjoyed hiking with us today. I've enjoyed having you along. And keep in mind, we're going to do I guess an initial kind of review of these trekking poles, because these are, right now anyhow, the cheapest trekking poles on Amazon. The Underwood Aggregator trekking pole, anti-shock, which was a new thing for me. And so when I put them together out of the box, that was a little different. Although when I'm hiking with them, I'm just not noticing the difference. But anyhow, that's fine too. But we're going to do a video just to take a closer look at these trekking poles and the other trekking poles I use. Also, keep in mind, the new headlamp that we just purchased came in the same box as these trekking poles. We had two pieces in the one order, the trekking poles and the lamp. The lamp was $13.99. It's called a black lamp or black light. Don't know why. Looks interesting. I charged it to full. Tried it on in my room kind of thing with the lights off, just to, you know, see what happens with the different settings. It's got white light and it's got warm light. I haven't seen that before on a headlamp. Usually it's just a white light, but this has got a white light and a warm light. So yeah, we're going to talk more about those things in an upcoming video, because I kind of think it's important, you know, how much money do we have to spend. But anyhow, that's another video, another story coming up soon. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first installment of the Rideau Trail. Yeah, Rideau Trail number 2, or day 2, will be coming up very soon. Yes, it will. Okay, Jasper is out. Bye-bye.